Hey everybody, it's Randy with Marvel Home Maintenance and Inspections. And guess what? Spring is here. What does that mean? Rainy season. One of the key components of our home is our sump pump. What the sump pump does is collects that rainwater that sits around the foundation and it discharges it away further from the house. Without a properly working sump pump, you're asking for water in the basement. Here's a couple things that you can do just to make sure that everything's working correctly and what's going to happen if it isn't working correctly. So as you can see back here, the sump pump's going off, but it's not making it into the underground drain. What's happening is it's building up around the foundation. Now it's important for you as the homeowner to check that sump pump on a regular basis. If you don't hear it going off throughout the spring during rainstorms, things like that, go down there. You might have to lift it up with your hand, or there should be a check plug, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If it's one thing I recommend for everybody, it's to get a battery backup for that sump pump. The most common time that we need that pump to work is during a storm, and that's when we're more likely to lose power. Some homes have a generator, which is great, but if you don't, I highly recommend you go to any hardware store. You can order them online and get a battery backup. So here's the sump pump inside the house. Okay, it's working. We know it's working because it was going off when we were outside. Okay, the other way you can always check it is you take this check plug, you're gonna unplug it, plug this directly in, and you can see that water slowly going down. But going back to the outside, the problem you're gonna run into if that water is sitting around your foundation is it's gonna come right back in the house. So you can see here, we have water leaking around the chimney on both sides. A little bit here in the corner, and then even a little bit here. So it's important that you check that sump pump discharge pipe coming out of winter. Sometimes water will freeze in it and push it back into the house. Other times that pipe won't line up with the underground, and you can see what's gonna happen here. Now if we get a little bit closer, now we're in the finished part of the basement. So luckily so far, this has just stayed in the unfinished part. Another thing to look for in your basement if it's unfinished is look at the bottom of the foundation wall. If you have a white chalky line like this could be an indication that you also have water sitting on the outside of the foundation that's not draining to the sump pump correctly. I hope this helped. When you get a chance, go outside in the backyard, make sure your sump pump discharge pipe is either lined up with that underground drain or it's discharging the water away from the foundation. Ideally, catch the slope of the land and get that land to drain the water away from the house.